We used to talk about 10-year plans.
Yeah.
Anybody talking about 10-year plans now is a joker. Hi, my name is Baba Akomolafe from Christchurch Pharmacy. Welcome to the Pharmacy Planet podcast.
Thanks for joining us at the Pharmacy Planet podcast, Baba. Baba, pharmacist for a long time. I know that. How'd you get into pharmacy?
I bet you've seen my grey hair.
I know. No,
It's
you're
not
not young.
because of pharmacy, but yeah. How did I get into pharmacy? Mom.
Really?
Yeah. I actually knew the uni I wanted to go to.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was going to go there for.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. So I schooled in Lagos in Nigeria.
Oh, cool.
Born in England, went for schooling in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And we lived about 40 minutes away. No, not up to that. 20 minutes away from University of Lagos.
Yeah.
That was where the party was.
Really?
Oh, man. It was just social.
So Lagos is massive, right?
Massive.
It's like, what, 20 million population or something? It's huge.
I can't quote that, but I think they're about. But you had places where everybody knew that's where everything happened.
Right.
So as a teenager, I thought, that's the university I want to go. I don't know what I want to study.
Yeah.
I was a little bit good at art, so mom was thinking, where do you want to go? I need to put the background. Dad's a solicitor.
Yeah.
Mom's a solicitor.
Yeah.
Older sister's a solicitor.
In Nigeria?
Yeah, younger brother. They studied here. Both parents
they studied here, but they're
studied
working there?
They're working there.
All right, okay.
Right. Okay. So my younger brother is a solicitor. So
Yeah.
everybody for the first four are solicitors except myself.
Yeah.
Because I saw what they were doing and it was clear I wasn't interested
Yeah. Okay.
in that direction of,
Yeah.
of the amount of studying they were doing. And so mom was thinking you're going science or art or whatever. And then she said, how about pharmacy? And I thought, what's that? As long as I go and do it in this university,
Yeah.
where the party is, I'm fine.
So what university was that?
University of Lagos,
And right, okay. And I'm assuming it's a massive university, right?
massive university. However, pharmacy in University of Lagos, once you do the first year,
Yeah.
you get moved to medical school.
Oh, right,
So the
okay.
dentist, the pharmacist, and the GPs
Yeah.
and the doctors
Yeah.
have their own
Like section.
separate section, which I think worked well for me because when you talk about thinking like doctors, so we had my roommates were dentists and a pharmacist. So
Okay.
you kind of get that camaraderie already, not what we've got where your pharmacy school is over here and medical.
You've got your own little health centre just at university.
Exactly. And it was a teaching hospital as well, which is where I did my pre-reg.
All right, okay.
So that was my journey. Mom says, oh, why don't you try pharmacy? Got to the university I liked, carried on in the medical school,
Yeah.
did my pre-reg, which is where I met my wife when she came to do her house job.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Your wife's a doctor, right?
She's a doctor. Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. So,
And then from then on, how come UK pharmacy then? How did that come
so
about?
I came back to England in 1996
All right, okay.
and I started working as a locum dispenser.
Okay.
And then I got a job as a technician in King George Hospital in 97. When I got there, I realized they had a pre-reg post.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd just done the conversion course. They gave me the pre-reg post because someone wasn't available. I didn't realize it was difficult to get a pre-reg position in a hospital.
Yeah, it's not easy.
No, but I got that opportunity, and that was the beginning of my career.
All right, okay. So you've been in pharmacy a long time.
I have been in pharmacy a long time. I've had lots of experience from the hospital side because I stayed there for about 4 years.
Yeah.
And I had 2 weeks work experience during my pre-reg
Yeah.
in community. And I thought, that's it. That's what I want. So 3 years into working in a hospital, I bought a pharmacy. I said, it can't be that hard.
So you bought a pharmacy.
Bought a pharmacy, 2 weeks experience as a pre-reg.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 years experience as a
2 weeks experience as a pre-reg.
You bought a pharmacy whilst you were a pre-reg.
Why? No. So
2 weeks after.
Yeah. No, I'm in the hospital.
Yeah.
I'm a pre-reg there.
Yeah.
I had 2 weeks work experience during my pre-reg.
Yeah.
2 years later, after my pre-reg,
Yeah.
yeah, based on my 2 week work experience,
Oh,
I
right,
thought
okay.
I could handle because at that time I was the outpatient pharmacy manager
Okay.
at the hospital, and I looked at that and I thought, yeah, it must be the same.
Community pharmacy and hospital pharmacy
I know.
must be the same.
Outpatient, because
All right,
I
okay.
was dealing with customers coming in or patients coming in and handing prescriptions away, and stuff like that. But yeah, I stepped into community pharmacy and I expected we're all one department, aren't we? Then I realized we're in competition. No, we're not one department. You speak to this pharmacist, oh, why is he calling me? Why, why are they all working in silos? Why aren't the doctors understanding that we are one team, we the pharmacists and all of that? So it was a culture shock.
Okay, so how come? So you're in Braintree in Essex, right? So even then, getting contracts or getting pharmacies then wasn't easy. It was hard getting a pharmacy. There was a lot of competition, weren't there?
A
really?
lot of competition, and that's a whole story in a podcast in itself. I tell you. But so I
You have to bribe a lot of people. Only joking.
Yeah. Well, no, I actually bought it off someone. When people hear the word, the name Christchurch Pharmacy, because of my faith, people think I named it that. But no, it wasn't. Somebody named it Christchurch. I bought it from the lady, having given up my job to work for her for 3 months.
Okay.
So then gradually, at the end of 3 months, we were able to buy her out. But it wasn't an easy process. There was lots of things that happened that shouldn't have happened, which was a baptism of fire into community pharmacy.
Right, UK pharmacy. Where do you see it right now? Where do you see the problems? Where do you see the issues? Or where do you think the plus points are? Like a lot of pharmacy owners, a lot of people who are in community pharmacy in the UK. Community pharmacy is struggling, right? It's struggling at the moment. So tell us, where do you where's the ups and downs? What do you think? Where do you think community pharmacy is
So
heading?
we're not unique when it comes to ups and downs. Every business in the world is going through ups and downs.
Yeah.
The adaptable professionals are the ones who will survive. Otherwise, you just get left behind. We used to talk about 10-year plans.
Yeah.
Anybody talking about 10-year plans now is a joker.
Joker.
It's a joke. Absolutely. Because I'm coming
There's probably about half the industry is talking about a 10-year plan.
I know, but
jokers.
depending on what somebody puts on social media today, there goes your 10-year plan. He can change it.
Like Donald Trump.
I didn't say that. But the reality is, it's about being flexible with the 10-year plan.
Yeah.
You got to chop and change it and move along with what is going on. You got to be quick to respond. Where do I see community pharmacy right now? Challenging, but great opportunity.
Okay.
Because what happens when your challenge is this? The ground that everybody is standing on shifts, and the first person to plant on it is the winner.
The first person who
To plant it.
Right.
Yeah. So everything shifts. After a hurricane, for example, the first person to establish is the winner.
I love your analogies, by the way. Yeah, go on. Yeah, okay.
There was a young pharmacist who said to me,
what if you end up planting and it just gets washed away?
well, the thing
While
is,
using your
the
hurricane.
thing is, don't plant what you planted the last time that got washed away. How about that? Yeah.
Try a new plant.
You try something that you know will not be affected by what you lost.
Yeah, what if I plant something and someone nicks my plant?
Chase them and get. So someone said to me, Boo, young pharmacist, he said, why should I buy a pharmacy now? Everything's. I said, how many years experience do you have in pharmacy first? He thinks it's a trick question. He says 2 years. How many years experience do you think I have in pharmacy first? 2 years. It's a leveler.
Yeah.
Nobody has 1 or 2 years experience in pharmacy first. There are new things happening right now, creating new markets for pharmacy.
Yeah.
There's longevity.
Okay.
There's lots of other things that pharmacy is being asked to do that we can use our consultation rooms for. But what we are all doing is we think that the NHS will be the one to solve our problem.
Yeah, they're not going to solve our problems.
Do you think they're going to solve our problems?
I don't think they give
I don't.
two proverbials
They
about
can't. They can't even. In 1968, in 1948, when the NHS was established, people lived 68 years on the average. Now they're living 100 comfortably.
Yeah.
How can you afford it? It can't pay its own bills. The NHS will never be able to pay its own bills. Somehow, we've got to all agree that everybody's going to accept some level of cutbacks. Fight for as much as you can get.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But we're on a queue of people who are fighting, and we know that.
Yeah.
We all now need to diversify. In the UK, we as pharmacists, community pharmacists, we chose this side of the profession because we wanted to be entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
If I didn't want to be an entrepreneur, I would have stayed on my job in the hospital.
Okay.
And I think my pre-reg tutor, she is now the chief pharmacist. So maybe I would have been deputy.
Deputy chief pharmacist.
Chief pharmacist waiting on a pension.
Yeah.
But
you would have had a
chose.
cushy pension. You would have been relaxed. They're proper till now. Man.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
So,
yeah.
but now that I chose to come into community pharmacy,
Your hairs are grey. You're tired.
you're exhausted. I can create my own future.
Yeah.
So Christchurch Pharmacy, for example, now has a GP practice,
Yeah.
private, has a domiciliary care.
What is this? Like, I know you've
Yeah.
got so with pharmacy.
Yeah.
With most practices, it's not uncommon to have good relationships with the GP, so that I can understand. Domiciliary care, that seems like a bit of a.
Well, the thing, but the thing is this: nobody has a greater footfall
yeah.
than community pharmacy.
Okay.
Nobody has a greater footfall than community pharmacy.
Okay.
That means that we can sell anything we want to those who come in with an NHS request.
Yeah.
Did you know nobody else can do that? Dentists could. A GP cannot do that.
Yeah. Well, the GPs get all their bills paid, right? So if the NHS is paying for them to be practicing in the first place, they don't want them doing a side hustle. Well, the
Yes.
NHS doesn't pay pharmacy contractors
So-
other than for delivery of a service.
What I
right?
would love to see is an experiment. Where the experiment where some pharmacists,
Yeah.
well, the government offers pharmacists and says, look, I'll pay your bills
Yeah.
and I'll tell you how much you can earn.
Yeah.
Or I don't pay your bills and you can use the NHS patients to create wealth.
Yeah.
Which one would you choose, Boo?
Use the NHS. We never use the NHS patients to create wealth. Not quite, but I get what you mean.
No,
As in, there's a patient base. If there's an extra delivery of service that you can do, we can take advantage of it, right?
I thought we just said the same thing, but you're trying
said
to be
it in
more
a nice
political.
way.
Yeah, right? Okay. So
I didn't say it like you.
I'll go the way you said it.
Right.
Now, when you say it like that, it's perfect. GPs cannot do what you just said.
Yeah.
They can't because they're built. It's called conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Are you seeing what I'm saying?
Well,
so,
yeah.
so now they're not getting enough money. What the NHS has done is they've paid the bills
Yeah.
and then they've squeezed more than they paid in the bills
Yeah.
into that whole small thing. You know, my wife was 20 years. She worked as a GP.
Yeah.
I told her for like 3, 4, 5 years, this is not working. Come work for us.
Yeah.
She gave up and came to work for us. Now she's got a perfect work-life balance.
Well, I'm sure she has.
Well, she does.
She knows the owner.
So but the thing is, from one consultation, the other day, she saw a patient who said, "Do you do hugs?"
Do you do?
Hugs.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because
you charge for hugs. Wow, yours really is a good business model.
I wish we could,
But,
but he felt so relieved being able to see a GP who would look him in the eye rather
Yeah.
than staring at the computer doing call points.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, say, "Is there anything else I can do for you?" Because for 30-minute appointment, she's getting well paid. In GP Watch, she only had 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Of that 10 minutes where she's dealing with your presenting complaints, she also needs to squeeze in the 12th point of saying, "I need to do your blood pressure before you leave, and I need to check this before you leave, and check that before you leave."
Yeah.
So they're not happy, even though their bills are being paid. We're not happy because we're underpaid. Everybody's unhappy. But what I'm saying is
It's a
this.
fun podcast.
What I'm saying is this, that we have some options that they do not have.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, Boo, I'm not saying we shouldn't fight for what we deserve.
Yeah.
But we need to maximize the other opportunities. Are we doing that?
Yeah.
That is pharmacy 2020.
I think
26.
a lot has been made about. So traditionally, all UK pharmacies were reliant upon state income, NHS income to sustain the business model. Right, that was like 90% of 90% of most pharmacy business in the UK are reliant upon the NHS. That's how it's traditionally been. Community pharmacies, small independent community pharmacies. Let me stipulate. Right.
Right.
Now, what's happened is, as private services have started coming in, now when we mean private services, these are things the state doesn't fund. So, for example, travel vaccinations, weight loss, and various other ones, whether it's
Earwax.
earwax removal or whatever it is. Yeah. So you're finding now normal community pharmacies have now started venturing out into private services. Yeah. Now I tell you what happened, Baba. You know, like many years ago. Yeah, many years ago, across the group. Yeah. We started a lot of we started private services many years ago. And you know, it worked well. It was good. And it was really, you know why it was really good though?
Go on then.
I'll tell you why it was really good.
Go on then.
Because no one else was doing it.
Ah.
I got a problem now, Baba.
Right.
Because everyone's cottoned on.
Right.
And the advantage that we used to have is not so much of an advantage anymore.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting, so you know, like, although you have the NHS base, right, and it was good, we used to be in plenty of areas. If you want travel vaccination or you want to turn around, you used to have to come to us.
Yes.
Now there's a dozen before you even reach us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I see.
my problem is
Is
it's
it
a
a-
diminishing.
yeah.
That business is a diminishing number for
Takes me-
people already on it.
It takes me to something I wanted to raise with you, Boo, which we're limiting ourselves by not working as a collective.
As a collective.
As a collective. So now, because what you're sounding is competition.
Yeah.
Competition is not a bad thing, and I know you will agree with me on that,
I love competition.
which is great. But when you create something as a collective, something like the Premier League,
Yeah.
the Premier League is a collective that allows for greater competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going somewhere with that.
Hold
I'm
on.
not-
Yeah, you gotta.
So now,
so-
what if Manchester had their own league, and then London had his own league, and then whoever, Bolton had his own league, but by coming together to create a Premier League,
Yeah.
right? They create. So you're talking about private services.
Yeah.
There is no digital front door that represents community pharmacy.
A singular one.
A singular one.
Okay. For private services.
Not just private services, even NHS services. What's happening here is, if we have one digital front door, vaccination, MBS,
Yeah.
Everybody gets that.
This is national booking system.
National
for the
booking
UK,
sy- exactly, for the
so,
UK.
So you've got a single point for the NHS.
for the NHS,
the single
you go there,
state provider.
put your geolocation,
Yeah.
and you will find a pharmacy where you can book an appointment.
Yeah.
Now, the pharmacy doesn't use the MBS to record your vaccination.
Yeah.
They've got their own systems. So it's almost like the M25 that I came on
Yeah.
does not represent any town.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But the A road represents the town. And then you got your own driveway.
Yeah. Okay.
But what's happening in pharmacy world is everybody wants to use their driveway.
Yeah. I want big driveway.
Exactly.
I want loads of cars.
But you see, if we all allow our joint driveways to fall into an A road, into an M road,
You're stealing my car, aren't you, Baba?
all of a sudden, Vitality,
Yeah.
they're looking for business in the UK.
Insurance.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've gone to Boots.
Okay. Yeah.
They've made an arrangement with Boots. Why? Because Boots has this widespread.
Yeah. National
Okay?
presence.
National presence. Now we're bigger than Boots.
You and me. I don't think we are bigger than.
Indies, we are bigger than
Independence.
Boots. Exactly.
Okay.
Independence. Now, if we have one door
Yeah.
and we agree to that one door,
Yeah.
they'll come,
Yeah.
put a tab saying, if you want to have a health check for Vitality, click here and pick a pharmacy. And then it connects to all our booking systems.
Well, you know, this is quite a grand plan. You're
Well,
you're
the thing
talking
is-
about here.
Okay, so now I tell you what you know is a grand plan, but because you're used to it.
Yeah.
www.
Sorry, what? The World Wide Web.
World Wide Web.
Yeah.
Imagine if Russia said, I'm not going to use that. We're going to use USSR.
Okay.
USA said we're going to use USA dot.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have the wealth we have today.
If everyone was using a different platform.
If
to be able-
everybody
I think
created
that's what
the,
you- okay.
if everybody created a different platform.
Okay.
But what the www dot has done for the world,
Okay.
it does not take you anywhere. It allows you to have a prefix to where you are.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, Amazon
Yeah.
can be worldwide.
Okay. Okay.
Do you see? What I'm saying here is we can actually cash in as a collective of independent pharmacies who connect behind one digital front door to take as much as we can from the NHS that they're not giving us. Say, for example, Pharmacy First. If you're looking for an appointment for sinusitis, you go to one place.
Yeah.
That place leads you to book an appointment with any of our pharmacies across the country. We will attract more private businesses
Okay.
than we can actually handle.
Okay. Oh, you just said so much. I don't even know where to start. So this is quite a grand plan. What you're saying is there should be one digital front door for every single pharmacy in the whole of the country.
In the whole of the country.
Yeah, to be able to access a service, and it's not an NHS commissioned service. So
It's not an
basically,
NHS one.
it could even be a private commission, a private service, right?
It would be more private than anything else. So the reason why my wife and I started to think about this was we wrote to Stephen Kinnock through our MP. He replied and said to us, because my question to him was, I've got flu availability and COVID availability on the MBS.
Yeah,
Why don't you just put the 7 conditions on there?
yeah,
Then anybody could pick any of those, and all you need to do is advertise, because they're doing this. They're spending £2 million on awareness for Pharmacy First. It's a waste of money.
well, I think it's a drop in the ocean in
Well,
advertisement terms.
but you're advertising the wrong thing. You should be advertising the platform and say, go there, because everybody goes digital to look for an appointment.
Yeah.
But now we're competing with SEOs, and these people can't find us. Guess where they go instead? They go to GP.
Yeah.
And then GP is now being expected to refer to us because we don't have a digital front door.
I think it's more than that. I think, changing patient behaviors or changing anyone's behavior is hard work, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those things like, it's almost like I might get a million emails to say, change your password, otherwise you're going to get locked out.
Yeah.
But until I get locked out,
Yeah.
I don't change that damn password.
Which is
So I've got to feel it's the same thing. I've got to think with patients, we can say what we want. They're going to keep going to that GP until the GP says, you can't come here no more for this. You should first put a call is over there. And I think
But
that's
they
gonna be
can't.
an
They
issue.
can't, because the digital door for them to see us
Yeah.
does not exist. It is so much easier. Any of you,
Yeah.
anything you're looking for. Do you know how Uber Eats?
Yeah, what about Uber? Oh, I know Uber Eats
Okay,
and Deliveroo
so-
and Just Eat. I know the whole lot.
What are they?
Very well.
What are they?
They're very good. They're very good businesses.
They are digital front doors. Would you have ever believed that every Chinese restaurant
Yeah.
who wants to sell digitally
Yeah.
will plug to one door? They're not even the same profession in some ways. You sell Chinese, I sell Indian.
Yeah.
But somehow someone was able to say to them,
Yeah.
I'll get you more business. Do you know how ridiculous this is? Fast food, I thought that was the greatest thing that could ever happen. When you're really hungry,
and
you
me
don't
both.
have time. Guess what? How can people use Uber Eats to order a fast food? Think about it.
Yeah.
The generation we're living right now, they want everything so quick. It's
Yeah.
already a fast food.
Yeah.
It's only going to take you 5 minutes through the drive-through. They can't even do that 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And Uber Eats is cashing in on that by creating what's called a digital front door.
Okay.
We are more intelligent than them. We are pharmacists. Why can't we understand what the power of a digital front door is?
Okay.
Yeah?
So
Even-
something like this, it would probably be, this is the sort of thing that would require a full collective. First of all, is you're going to have to sell the vision. I'll be honest, I'm not sold on it yet.
Oh, no, you
I'm
don't
not-
have to be right now.
I'm not sold on it now.
It takes-
I like your passion though, but I've not sold it. There's too many holes. So the one thing that sets community pharmacy apart from most other healthcare services in the UK is the competition aspect. Because we're always competing with each other, because we're always competing, we innovate, and we innovate quick. We pivot and innovate very quick. You might find that if you try and standardize something, you dampen the innovation somewhat. And more importantly, if I think I can innovate, maybe I don't, and I can succeed better,
Yeah.
I will go down that route as opposed to joining the collective, which may be not as innovative, for example.
So we can be independent, yet independent together.
Okay.
It's called interdependence. That's why I use the Premier League as an example. It doesn't diminish Man U. It doesn't diminish Arsenal. What you're doing is...
Arsenal's always had a bad deal like that.
So what you're doing is you're presenting yourself either, and I use a different analogy now, Indian restaurant or Chinese restaurant or McDonald's, all on Uber Eats,
Yeah.
did that diminish competition?
No. No.
It invites it on a digital platform. So what we're saying right now is we're looking at a situation where the world's moving so fast. We need to pivot. We're all trying to get our doorway, our driveway, and extending it into the neighborhood network. So when we want to talk to my GPs in Braintree,
Yeah.
if everybody was trying to get the driveway to connect to the GP, he's got 6 people trying to get in. I'm saying to every grassroots pharmacist, connect to yourselves on WhatsApp, and all of you agree and send one letter to the GPs saying, we're doing more pharmacy first, we'd like to do more of this and more of that, one joint voice. Does that dampen competition or does that increase competition?
What if you send one letter from?
From the pharmacist local, because those GPs, they're too busy to open 6 letters.
Yeah.
Now, if all 6 come together and say, we want to do this,
Yeah.
that's what we're lacking. We're lacking unity to compete. Unity and competition are not in opposition.
Okay. So I honestly.
You're trying to get it. I can see your brain just going.
I've got so many queries. I don't know where to start. I'm still on Just Eat and Deliveroo.
Exactly.
I stopped there.
But Boo, I think the advantage.
Okay. Let me try to unpack it a little bit.
go
Just a second, right? The difference is McDonald's, KFC, and everyone else, the reason why it works on an aggregator platform is because they are selling their own proprietary goods. It is specific. You are going for a KFC burger. Now, if 4 different, completely unique businesses were selling the same chicken nuggets, the exact same McChicken nuggets, it becomes a problem. Now, the problem is our services, although we do differentiate them, a travel vaccination is the same proprietary product, shot in the arm. So why would you compete with 4 or 5 people as a collective? Why not I just get my own personal one higher and get more through the door? So because you're all competing literally for the same, not our own proprietary products, it becomes a lot more complicated, and becoming an aggregator in this sort of situation, I can find it can fall apart very quickly.
Okay, so the examples you've given are perfect. The reason I say that is McDonald's is unique. They're all unique. But McDonald's didn't stop advertising their own brand because they're on Deliveroo. So carry on with your SEO. It's not a problem. What we're saying is if the GPs in the neighborhood want to speak to the pharmacists in the neighborhood, you want them to knock on 6 doors, you're going to wait forever.
They don't ever speak to any pharmacists. Doesn't matter how much they are.
But they don't, because we've not come with a united voice. We sent 6 letters. No. So what we're looking for, apart from the grassroots, because I said to you, I'm into the collective capacity of pharmacy. If we come as a collective, we're so much more powerful. The GPs are powerful because they've got a collective. But their collective is based on the fact that they don't need to compete. I'm saying to you that even though we want to compete, we can compete by creating platforms on which we compete. And that will increase people who want to work with us.
Okay.
Health insurance and people who want to work, and they're looking for somewhere where they can say, if I want one of you, where can I go? Just one place. Now, it doesn't mean you sacrifice your SEO. Keep doing that. Like McDonald's is still doing it. It doesn't mean you don't have a driveway. Have that. But if you have an M road that represents all of you, and then you're going to see beautiful cars coming through.
I love beautiful cars.
Oh, I know you do. I saw your car.
Nice clear roads as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So it's a journey of mentality. We've been seen to compete with each other. Meanwhile, we can complement each other to compete on a higher level. That's why it's called the Premier League.
I see where you're coming from. Pharmacy as a grouping,
collective,
needs to work more as a collective. See, I'm not 100% whether this. I'm not sold on that yet.
I know. So because we can work as a collective and compete. Hence, because I know you love football. Hence me saying the Premier League. You can't work as a collective and compete. We've got to change our mindset. We were brought up as community pharmacies to see ourselves as in opposition. What are we going to do with Neighborhood Network?
I don't neighborhood. So neighborhoods is a new NHS plan. It's a new NHS plan,
10-year plan
regarding delivering primary care to populations locally.
If-
I think pharmacy is going to get ignored in most
Well,
neighborhood plans.
we will get ourselves ignored because if we don't collaborate with each other,
Yeah.
they cannot collaborate with us. Yeah.
But
So-
that's what LPCs are for, no?
But that's the thing. But everybody wants it to be on their driveway. What we're saying is, if we all unite and have an A road, then the GP can say, as long as you plug into that, all the pharmacies are there.
Yeah.
So the LPCs will pull us together.
Yeah.
But are we going to be united? That on the grassroots? Because it's always easy to say, oh, MPA, IPA, they're divided. But look at your own grassroots. Are you guys united? Because
We're not
neighborhood
even united in our own company. I
Hey!
hate the other directors. Forget anything else.
there you go. There you go. So we are so into being mercenaries instead of being visionaries that
Yeah.
look and say there's a bigger thing out there. There's a bigger world out there than my own space. We can create our own, and once you got something going, now you compete.
Okay. So now you crush the opposition.
That's the thing. So if you cross your position, then it's the end of the Premier League.
Yeah.
You want them to stay alive so you can beat them again.
I want to cover Bubba's outfit, his dress code. This man, whenever I see Bubba is always super smart, always with the bow. The bow tie is your thing, isn't it? It's the Bubba trademark.
I've got a very serious face. I haven't got a middle ground. I'm either smiling or frowning.
Yeah.
So I find that I just feel, I don't know, the feedback is welcome, but I just feel like it softens my hard look.
Oh, so the bow. I
It's-
think
yeah.
it's a thing. It's your thing.
It is.
It's your thing.
It is my thing. My thing. I mean, I like dressing up,
You
looking
know,
smart.
I was thinking there's a problem with this podcast.
Yes, go on then.
Because I was thinking, if anyone is searching Bubba and Boo, they're probably thinking it's going to be like a toddler cartoon or something. You know what I mean?
I was implying that Bubba and Boo.
You're thinking Bubba and Boo, some 3-year-olds are that. Who these men talking
We will
about
get some
pharmacy,
hits,
you know what I mean?
ideally, yeah, I
It's
know.
going to be like,
Yeah.
complete. So if there's any 2-3-year-olds expecting
Yeah,
Bubba and
no,
Boo,
no,
you
no.
got some cartoons, but it's not like you thought. You know
No.
what I mean? So yeah, I think generally
Yeah.
it's going to be an issue getting the podcast out there. But anyway, I just love the outfit. I think it's great.
Thank
I
you.
think that's perfect. Bubba, as you know, I've started a revolution to
Yeah.
make pharmacy great again.
Well done, well done.
And I think pharmacy is totally underrated. And you know we're the best profession on earth.
Absolutely. Yes.
100%.
Yes.
The thing, so you got two choices now. You can either go bucket hat or cap.
Dara, what should I go
but
for?
you know, your hair looks so pristine. I'm worried
I
about
know.
it's gonna ruin the hair.
I think I'm
maybe
gonna-
just soft bucket. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. So it's
Yeah.
your choice. Which one you gonna go for?
I'll go for the cap.
Hey, look.
I can just
The thing
put it
is,
at the back of my head.
the bow tie and the cap. Now,
Yeah.
we
Yes.
look more toddler style. Anyway, I think anyone looking at it now, we do look proper. Boom, you know what I mean? Good and proper. Baba, as you know, anyone who comes on, we ask them to choose their own chosen charity and donate something towards it. So, who's your charity going to be, and how much you donating?
Farley Hospice in Broomfield in Chelmsford, Essex.
Okay, so your
Now,
local hospice, right?
It's a local hospice. They've looked after a lot of our patients from when they were diagnosed to death.
Okay.
And we are going to be running a marathon for them in May.
Oh wow! Right. Okay.
Not running, walking as for them in
so it's
May.
the full.
Yes,
Full
correct.
marathon.
That's right. We've raised about 2,000 so far. We're raising £5,000 for them.
Okay.
And as a company, we're going to be putting £500 into it.
Well, that is absolutely fabulous. So £500 towards a hospice,
Yeah.
but even then, you're raising a large amount for them anyway, right?
Yes, we've sold.
Or aiming to.
We've sold cakes, and when we did our 24/7 collection point,
Yeah.
we had James Cleverly over there, and we had patients coming in.
What's that James
donating.
Cleverly like?
Fantastic guy.
Nice guy?
He's a nice guy, but politicians.
They're the same,
But as a person, fantastic, and he's been very supportive of pharmacy.
Yeah.
He's been very, very supportive.
No, but that's great. So it's £500 towards a hospice and
Yes.
further
Whatever
amount coming
we can
from
raise,
you guys,
yes,
right?
correct,
Well,
yes.
thank you so much, Baba. So I think we like to do something serious. We'd like to do something a bit more relaxed. You got the quick fire questions. I forgot all about this. Loads of merch.
Oh,
I
great.
mustn't forget the merch. So
No.
like wherever you go,
Yes.
you need to spread the word.
Yeah.
You need to spread the word.
Yes,
yeah?
I used that one of my posts. Make
They make pharmacy great again.
No, that was my last sentence at the pharmacy business show. Yeah, make
Love
pharmacy
it.
great again. Yeah,
Love
yeah.
it.
I'll send you a cut of that.
Oh,
Actually,
love it.
Yeah.
Okay, as you know, AI. Well, you probably don't know, but they're AI generated, so I
Yes.
don't know what these are until I open it and look at it. And
Okay.
these have been.
Be kind, boo.
Hey, look! I don't.
Oh,
I don't
God.
get to choose these, Bubba. I don't get to choose these. What is one thing you're surprisingly good at apart from pharmacy? How do you know he's good at pharmacy?
I do not even good at anything.
One thing. How about one thing you're surprisingly
I think
good at?
I think I'm a good dad.
Oh,
Boring, I'm sorry.
Surely you got to check. I've got to check with the kids. For
Well,
that
he's
one.
he.
We got one of them here.
We
by
got
the
all
way.
the- yes.
We got Dara. Rate your dad out of 10.
Oh,
Out
he's,
of 10.
he's
Come on,
zipping
you
his
got to give
lips.
a number. He's actually not saying anything.
He's
He's
not
saying
saying
zip.
anything. Yeah.
You know when your son
Yeah.
says no comment.
You know,
Oh,
he-
no,
he- but you know,
it's a good
but-
dad. That's
well,
not a good
to be
sign.
fair, he works for us now, so his salary is on the line as
Oh,
well.
right,
So
yeah.
there you go.
So there's no surprise he's giving you an 11 out of 10. So I think being a good dad, whether you'd like to say so, or being a happy. You got 2 kids, right?
I got 2 boys. Yes.
Well, I met one of
Men.
them. Great guy.
Thank you.
Right, okay. Would you? Oh, this is an easy one. Would you rather always be slightly overdressed or slightly underdressed? Well, we just talked about your dress.
Exactly. Yeah, slightly overdressed.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with being overdressed.
Yeah, you look the business. You
Thank
look
you.
the business. Okay. Oh, this is a similar one as last time, Jed. If you were not in pharmacy, what would you be doing?
Weatherman.
Weatherman.
Yeah, no.
Where did you get that one from?
Because again, I can get overdressed for just saying, and the weather over here is
Yeah.
12 degrees for doing, we're just pointing my finger. So
Okay.
that would be easier than pharmacy, wouldn't it?
But weatherman, surely would have been on TV, literally.
Well, the thing is, I'm not too scared of the lights.
Yeah.
And if I could just do that, saying that would be fine. But no, in real terms, running a business is where my heart was.
Yeah.
And my mom thinking, if you do pharmacy, then you can have both. A bit of science and a bit of business.
Yeah.
And that's what's led to community pharmacy. So I would have been a businessman.
I love pharmacy is cool though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Pharmacy is so good.
Absolutely.
It's so underrated. I think it's so underrated.
it is.
NHS is stupid not to take
They
advantage.
don't value what we have, and we've just
yeah.
we got to say to them, get lost. Really, not fully, but we need their footfall.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a
Yeah.
beautiful profession.
Well, thank you.
I must congratulate you on 100,000
Oh yeah,
subscribers.
Oh, plaque. You're the first
Yeah.
one since I
No,
check the plaque out.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I
So-
personally, very proud a pharmacist could achieve that from just having fun.
Hey, look. At the end of the day, I think pharmacies, as professions go, it's an intriguing, interesting profession.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
So it's not surprising that people want to know about it. I reckon.
Yeah, no, that's
Right.
good.
Well,
That's
thank
good.
you so much, Bubba, for
Thank
coming
you.
on the
Thank you for having me.
Pharmacy Planet podcast. It's been great having you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And that's it for this time, folks.
Thank you.
Do you like subscribe? Or your Bubba's-
Bubba can do it. Bubba, we'd
Yes.
like you to say like, subscribe. Apparently, there's a hype section on YouTube nowadays. Someone was telling me about. Is that even true, Dara?
Yeah.
Is there hype?
But well, for like trending.
I don't know what it's for. I just told. Someone told me. Tells you how much I want. So basically, someone told me there's a hype button nowadays.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what does a hype button
I
do?
actually don't know.
So YouTube, what does a hype button do? Hype this as well, Bubba. Get them to
Yeah.
hype it. Whatever that means. No one actually knows what it does yet. If there's a hype button available, hype it. Yeah. If not,
So
Bubba will
over
do
to
the
me.
like, subscribe, and share. If you
Okay,
can,
so
Bubba.
you've been listening to Baba and Boo. Like, subscribe, and share.
Bubba wins.